Shadow Treasurer Chris Bowen is speaking.
Global economy. The Labor Party's been talking about this for some time. Last year, I pointed out that there was considerable downside risk in the world economy and that we need to be preparing in Australia for the potential slowing of growth around the world by bigger budget surpluses, by making tough budget decisions. Josh Frydenberg at that time said I was wrong and that it was talking down the economy to make such an observation. Today, the IMF has made a similar observation. The Prime Minister has also said there's global headwinds, as Bill Shorten and I and the Labor Party have been saying now for months that this was the case. Now, we had a speech from the Treasurer today. It was an opportunity for the Treasurer to outline his plans to deal with low wages growth in Australia, his plans to deal with low productivity growth, his plans to deal with high household debt. Instead, what we got was the Treasurer's continual obsession with being, in effect, the shadow Treasurer to the Labor Party, running a scare campaign about Labor's policies. Well, let me make it very clear. I very much welcome a debate about economics, tax and our competing plans, because the Labor Party has plans, the Liberal Party has none. We now are on our third Treasurer, our 6th year of the Abbott, Turnbull, Morrison government, with no clear economic plan, no clear economic narrative. But if the Treasurer is going to come to the economic debate, he might want to come occasionally with a policy, with a plan, with an idea, not his continual grabs and slogans about the Labor Party. So I very much welcome the Treasurer entering the economic debate, but I invite him to come with some policies and we can debate our respective policies. Instead, he's only focused on debating the Labor Party's policies. I'm more than happy to do that, but I'd like to debate some government policies if they could come up with some. Final point I'll just raise before taking questions. Just let the bus pass. Final point before taking questions. The news that the Prime Minister is parachuting Warren Mundine into the seat of Gilmore over the wishes of the Liberal Party branch members in the electorate of Gilmore. Well, just a bit more than a week ago, I launched the Labor campaign office in Gilmore, in Nowra, opened Fiona Phillips' campaign office. Just as we've had stable leadership and a unified team federally, so we've been unified behind Fiona Phillips, the Labor candidate for Gilmore, who's been out campaigning consistently for months, doing a great job, fantastic campaign. First we had the Liberal sitting member say that she was withdrawing because of bullying within the Liberal Party. Then the pre-selection of Grant Schultz. Now that pre-selection being overturned at the wish of the Prime Minister to parachute Warren Mundine in. I mean, what a farce. What a farce. The people of Gilmore deserve better than that. And to boot, the Prime Minister's put on a candidate for Gilmore who thinks it's a good idea to have nuclear reactors on the coast, including in his own electorate. Well, I think the people of Gilmore might have something to say about that come election day. Happy to take questions on any item.
Mr. Bowen, the Australians reported there's internal unrest in your party regarding franking credits changes. Have any of your members expressed their concerns about that?
No, and with respect, the Australian hasn't reported that. There's an opinion piece in the Australian by a commentator. Well, he's entitled to do that. With due respect to him, Mr. Gottliebson, who's run a long-standing campaign against the Labor Party's franking credits. This is about the 17th article he's written complaining about the Labor Party's franking credits policy. I don't think he likes it. I've responded previously, pointed out the errors in his analysis. He's previously claimed the costings were wrong and that the Liberal Party had evidence that the costings were wrong. That's turned out to be incorrect. The Treasury costings quite similar to the Parliamentary Budget Office costing over the forward estimates. So Mr. Gottliebson's entitled to make any number of claims, but with respect, he's not a journalist, he's a commentator. He's not reporting, he's writing opinion pieces, and that claim is incorrect. The Labor Party has been 100% united behind our entire economic agenda and will continue to be so. All good? Thank you. Thanks very much.
That Shadow Treasurer Chris Bowen there responding to the downgrades by the International Monetary Fund of its global growth forecasts for this year.